Welcome to this edition of Take 5. My guest today is a good friend, Pat Altavilla, who is the CEO of Suneva Medical, and she is very, very interested to be here because she's got some great things to tell us because Suneva is looking to get out of this COVID market, or this COVID crisis in a very interesting way. So Pat, thanks for coming on.
Great to see you as always, my friend.
All right, Pat, so can you tell us, I know this is affecting all of us, how has it affected your company?
Well, it's a fair question. I think what it's really done is forced everybody to really look inside and evaluate themselves. I think it's actually strengthened our team, and they are even more committed on the other side of the COVID crisis to come out and succeed. So it's a great thing.
Okay, now I know you have the Sinclair Thread products now, if I believe that's correct, and you have Beautifil. Do you see any change in the way you distribute those products or how you get those products to me in my office?
I think it's fair. Let me start by saying that we started 2020 really going gangbusters, which was lovely to see. I do believe what's interesting is we really had formulated in 2019 a strategy to be the leading company in facial regenerative aesthetics. Well, what does that mean? We had three primary categories of products, right? Belafil, which indeed is the longest lasting dermal filler in the market. It's 5 years. And that's a product that causes collagenesis. We had PRP and fat grafting. The great news is that, as you say, on May 1st, we actually introduced Silhouette InstaLift, which is really the thread that lifts, and it's really designed to be the solution between the needle and the knife. And the great news for Suneva is that by the end of 2020, we will have 7 similar products in our portfolio, really stretching the full breadth of facial regenerative aesthetics.
Okay, something I want to ask you in particular, you just mentioned PRP and fat. Now those two products are getting a lot of attention right now, especially in this post-COVID period, because we have some people have concerns about products, and there may be therapeutic benefits, not that your products do that, but plasma and PRP may be a really interesting choice moving forward.
I think it's very exciting. One of the reasons why we selected to move into that part of the industry, Steve, is because we really felt that there would be a great opportunity, because look at the orthopedic industry and all the work that they've been doing with regenerative products. I think that our product really does answer many of those. Obviously, it's a goal and a commitment of ours to really look at IITs to support the concept of what does PRP and fat do for the patient, but also for the clinical practice.
You're talking about investigator-initiated trials.
That's correct.
And you say fat, is it autologous fat or is it homologous? Is it fat that's pooled?
Yeah, it's autologous. So in essence, there are 2 different designs of our product where you can actually, through liposuction, withdraw the fat, purify the fat, and re-inject it. They're really great products because what you're really re-injecting in one of the products called Pure Graft is you're really re-injecting full volumizing fat. The other product that, go ahead, sorry.
Can be done in the office?
This can be done, the smaller bag, yes, can be done in the office. It's a little 50 cc bag. The other bags are more surgical. So from a perspective of, I want volumizing fat, that's Pure Graft. The new product that we will be launching once we get out of COVID crisis will be a product called Dermapose, and it will actually size the fat all in one syringe, so it can be done in the office and make it much easier and much more convenient for the physician and the patient.
Fat is something that we normally do in the operating room, and if I can do that in the office, that's a huge advantage to me. Patients want to be in the office. It's probably safer if I can do things in my office today. And then PRP, I have a feeling we're going to see a big demand for that. I've always been a believer in PRP, and certainly in this period of time, I think patients may want that too.
I think it's going to offer some very interesting opportunities, and stand by because we have another product on that will be coming out of the FDA, hopefully in the next 5 or 6 weeks. And it'll be another interesting PRP product. Very excited.
So I want to move on to question number 2. Do you think the aesthetic market will change? The patient, the doctor?
Yes, I think the practice in particular. I don't think patients will just go randomly from one practice to the next the way they have in the past. I think there's going to be an element of trust that will need to be bridged. And I think the patient's going to be very selective about with whom they have their treatments. And I think your existing patients are really the most successful group of people because they believe in you and they trust you. They know you're not going to do something that's going to put them at risk. But I think their confidence is going to be necessary where they're going to have to come back in and trust that you've created the right environment.
Yeah, we're going to have a job to do to make them feel comfortable and confident in us in a different era. I agree. Question number 3.
Yes.
What will Suneva do to stimulate the market and my practice?
Great question. We actually launched on May 1st our Suneva stimulus package. And we're very excited about it because it really approaches both what the physician needs in their practice, but also then how to help that physician really bring in their patients again. So it's for the physician, it's focused on significant good pricing and credit terms that make it a little bit easier to get back into the market. And then surely—
More specific on the pricing and credit terms at all?
Sure. What we've done is our credit terms right now today range from 30 to 90 days, depending upon the volume a physician purchases. So what we've done is even for small purchases, we've extended those terms to 45 or 60 days, just to be able to give people a little bit of a lift to get back and going again.
Well, that will certainly be appreciated by many. Question number 4. As a leader, how has COVID changed you?
It's been a really interesting story. Steve, you know that I took this position at the end of February of 2019. I joke, but I'm not really joking. There wasn't a section in the playbook on a pandemic.
Yeah.
I wish there had been, but I actually am going to write it because I think that this has changed a lot of people. It's a very serious situation. And the only thing all of us can stay focused on is how do we keep our companies together and get out the other side and be a compelling business. So it has humbled me tremendously in terms of what can you expect or not expect the way the world changes. And I've learned that this one's a doozy.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, last question. What do you like best and what do you like least about being in isolation?
Best is that I actually have gotten to be home with my family, which is very unusual. You know, I'm on the road every week. So that's been a great gift. However, on the hard side, I'd really like to go out to dinner and have dinner with my friends again. And I miss that. I miss seeing the people I care about most. So it's hard, but I'll be glad when it's over.
I agree with you completely on that. So Pat, thanks so much for doing Take 5 with me. And we got, a lot of interesting insights into Suneva. So I'm excited about the fat product and the PRP you have coming. So new products, you have the Sinclair relationship or the Threads relationship now, which is interesting. So Suneva is really a company on the move in a period of time when lots seem to be scaling back.
So cheers to that.
Good. All right. Well, we'll see you soon, hopefully at a live event.
You bet. Thanks a million, Steve. Stay well, please.
All right. Thank you.
Be well.